Hello, dear viewers, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we delve into a profoundly serious development that continues to reverberate across the Atlantic, touching the highest echelons of status and influence. We are talking about the relentless pursuit of truth and accountability surrounding the late financier and convicted sex offender, Jeffrey Epstein, and the renewed aggressive pressure being exerted by American lawmakers on a central figure in this dark saga, Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor, the former Duke. Before we fully immerse ourselves in this complex and often troubling story, do remember to show your support for independent journalism by liking this video, subscribing to our channel, and hitting that notification bell so you never miss our essential updates. Your engagement truly helps us bring these important stories to light. For years, the name Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor has been inextricably linked to the global tragedy of Jeffrey Epstein's sprawling web of crimes. Despite the passage of time and the former Duke's attempts to retreat from the public eye, a self-imposed obscurity following his disastrous television interview and subsequent fallout, the demands for answers have not waned. In fact, they have intensified. We have learned that U.S. lawmakers, specifically those sitting on the powerful House Oversight Committee, have taken fresh and decidedly pointed aim at the former royal. Their patience, it seems, has completely run out. The committee is actively scrutinizing the intricate network of individuals who enabled, participated in, or simply turned a blind eye to Epstein's horrific activities, and they view Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor as a key, uncooperative witness. The request was formal, clear, and professional. The House Oversight Committee sought a full, transcribed interview with the disgraced former Duke. This was not a casual conversation. A transcribed interview means every word spoken would be officially recorded, documented, and potentially used as evidence in the ongoing investigation. The focus of this request was, naturally, his years-long, highly scrutinized friendship and association with Jeffrey Epstein. As we know, Epstein met his end in a New York jail in 2019. He died by suicide while awaiting trial for egregious federal charges of sex trafficking. However, his death did not extinguish the investigations. Instead, it seems to have broadened the scope, forcing authorities and lawmakers to look closely at those who moved within his orbit, seeking to understand the full dimensions of his criminal enterprise. But here's where the story pivots sharply. According to the two prominent Democrats leading this specific line of inquiry within the committee, Representatives Robert Garcia and Suha Subramaniam, Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor has responded to their formal request with what they describe as a deafening silence. This phrase, deafening silence, speaks volumes about the frustration brewing on Capitol Hill. The lawmakers had evidently attempted to maintain a degree of diplomatic politeness, perhaps affording the former Duke the courtesy his previous status might have warranted. But that period of gentle diplomacy has officially concluded. Garcia and Subramaniam have made it abundantly clear they are done being polite. Their joint statement was delivered without mincing a single word, demonstrating a significant escalation in tone and directness. They declared unequivocally, and I quote, "Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor's silence speaks volumes." This is a powerful indictment. In the eyes of these legislators, the very refusal to engage suggests an acknowledgement of something that needs concealing. They stress that the evidence gathered publicly, coupled with the deeply moving and critical testimony provided by survivors like Virginia Giuffre, collectively raise what they term serious questions he must answer. Yet, despite the gravity of these questions and the moral imperative involved, the representatives lamented that he continues to hide. The situation places the former Duke in an increasingly precarious position. His continued refusal to cooperate is being interpreted not merely as an exercise of privacy, but as an obstruction to justice in a major federal inquiry concerning some of the most heinous crimes imaginable. Representatives Garcia and Subramaniam issued a stark and unambiguous warning regarding the trajectory of their probe. They made it clear that the inquiry will press on, maintaining its intensity and breadth, with or without the cooperation of the former royal. This is a critical point. The investigation is not contingent upon his willingness to speak. It will proceed to hold accountable anyone found culpable or complicit. They emphasize the principle guiding their work, adding a powerful statement that resonates deeply with the American concept of equal justice. We will hold anyone involved in these crimes accountable, regardless of wealth, status, or party. Justice for survivors comes first. This declaration serves as a direct challenge to the notion that high social standing, even royal association, offers any kind of shield from legal scrutiny. The moral weight of this demand for accountability is perhaps best articulated not by the politicians, but by the victims themselves. Leading the charge among the survivors demanding answers is Marina Lacerda. Her voice has become a powerful clarion call for transparency and truth. Speaking recently to 5 News, Ms. Lacerda delivered a blistering, direct message aimed straight at Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor. Her words cut through the legal jargon and the political posturing, focusing instead on fundamental human morality and the desire to clear one's name. She presented a compelling hypothetical scenario that exposed the absurdity of his silence. She stated, "If I got accused of something this outrageous, I'd want to clear my name." She followed this with a direct imperative command: clear up your name, and if you did do any wrongdoing, own up to it. Ms. Lacerda then introduced the element that makes this entire scandal so deeply personal and tragic for those involved: the familial consequences. She appealed to the former Duke's personal responsibility as a father and grandfather, reminding him, "You have a family, you have daughters and daughters who have daughters." This is a profound challenge, suggesting that his silence not only impedes justice for the victims, but also casts a continuing, damaging shadow over his own lineage. It is important to remember the context of Marina Lacerda's own trauma. She met Jeffrey Epstein when she was devastatingly young, just 14 years old. Her courage in speaking out and her insistence on demanding transparency from those connected to Epstein gives immense weight to her appeals. Her demand for answers did not stop with Andrew alone. Ms. Lacerda also extended a plea for others in the former Duke's immediate circle to come forward if they possess any relevant information. Specifically, she urged Sarah Ferguson, the Duchess of York, as well as his daughters, Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugenie, to speak up. Now, we must stress an absolutely crucial point, one that has been consistently maintained in all reporting. There is no credible evidence whatsoever that Sarah Ferguson, Princess Beatrice, or Princess Eugenie had any knowledge of or involvement in any of the alleged wrongdoing committed by Jeffrey Epstein or Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor. Ms. Lacerda's request is rooted in the hope that, as family members, they might hold peripheral information regarding the former Duke's movements or state of mind during the relevant periods, and that they would choose the path of truth and transparency. This brings us to one of the most infamous and bizarre details in the entire saga, the so-called Pizza Express alibi. To remind viewers, this alibi was offered by Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor during his 2019 interview with the BBC, where he attempted to refute a specific allegation made by Virginia Giuffre regarding a date in 2001. Andrew claimed he could not have been in London with Ms. Giuffre on that specific day because he had been celebrating his daughter, Princess Eugenie's birthday, with a family meal at a Pizza Express restaurant in Woking, England. Ms. Lacerda referenced this very specific, almost surreal detail when discussing the need for his family to cooperate. She suggested that, given the importance of establishing his whereabouts on that key date, it would be the right thing for them to be subpoenaed. A subpoena is a legal order requiring a person to appear in court or before a committee to provide testimony or evidence. If the House Oversight Committee were to issue subpoenas, it would elevate the tension surrounding this investigation to unprecedented levels, placing the former Duke's immediate family directly under the legal microscope of the United States Congress. Ms. Lacerda articulated the logic behind this potential legal move, stating, "He said he was having pizza with his daughters, right? It would be nice to have some transparency there. I'd hope his daughters would be truthful." This appeal for transparency surrounding the Pizza Express alibi highlights the core issue. The investigation needs verifiable facts, not just assertions. If a specific family event is used as the foundational defense against a serious criminal allegation, then the details of that event become essential to the pursuit of justice. The daughters, as the only other adult witnesses to that alleged dinner, hold the key to verifying or contradicting that crucial piece of testimony. The confluence of political pressure from the House Oversight Committee and the moral imperative driven by survivors like Marina Lacerda has created a perfect storm for Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor. His strategy of maintaining a deafening silence is clearly failing to satisfy those determined to uncover the full truth of the Epstein network. The lawmakers are operating with a clear mandate. Justice for survivors must take precedence over reputation, wealth, or status. The message from Representatives Garcia and Subramaniam is a powerful assertion of democratic accountability, demonstrating that even those associated with the highest levels of global privilege are not beyond the reach of serious investigation when crimes of this magnitude are concerned. The emotional plea from Marina Lacerda, urging him to consider the legacy he leaves for his children and grandchildren, adds a deeply human layer to the political and legal complexities. She is demanding not only legal compliance, but moral courage. The courage to face the facts, whatever they may be, and to prioritize the truth over self-preservation. As this saga continues to unfold, one thing remains certain. The investigation into Jeffrey Epstein's network is far from over. The House Oversight Committee is poised to intensify its efforts, potentially utilizing all legal tools at its disposal, including the threat or implementation of subpoenas, to compel cooperation from those who remain silent. The focus remains squarely on accountability, and the pressure on Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor to finally break his silence is now greater than ever before. This case serves as a poignant reminder that while power and wealth can attempt to shield individuals, the pursuit of justice, particularly for victims of sex trafficking and abuse, is a force that will relentlessly chip away at those barriers until the truth is revealed. We will continue to follow every twist and turn of this investigation closely. The questions surrounding the former Duke's association with Epstein are serious. The demands from U.S. lawmakers are firm, and the voices of the survivors are powerful and impossible to ignore. What are your thoughts on this latest development? Do you believe the House Oversight Committee should press forward with subpoenas for Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor and his family to ensure full transparency? Or do you believe the former Duke is justified in maintaining his silence? Please share your opinions and insights in the comment section below. We read every one of your comments and value your perspective on these complex matters. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us for our next celebrity update and deep dive into the stories that matter most. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you soon.